an actual depiction of the Ohlone Indians that once lived here, but it's an artist rendition. Let's just say that. So here we are. Now it's unpaved. This is what I like, unpaved, because there's less impact. Your shoes get dirtier, but your knees appreciate it. Okay, so you see that? Look at this mural. That's how the creek, you see the creek? And you see the homes, the Ohlone Indian homes. And you see the mountain lions over there. You see that mountain lion over there? In the tree. That's how supposedly Locke was here before colonization. So I'm not sure if that's an accurate depiction, but I believe it's close enough. Here we are, still on the trail. We got about 2 miles or so before we turn back. I'm feeling okay so far. Happy to bring you guys along. There's 17 over there. Now 17 is on my right, and the creek is to my left. I think it was changed. I forgot to tell you guys. They, if you go into the history of Los Gatos Creek, it was changed. It was diverted for one reason or another. I forgot the main reason. And I think another thing is the creek is now polluted with mercury. So because we have a lot of mines, you know, miners who extract natural resources, whatever that is. It started with the Spanish. The Spanish started mining for silver and gold, and then the other guys, whomever those guys are, could be a mixture of Europeans, started logging and mining for other stuff, like creating quarries. They call quarries, and that's how the creek became polluted with mercury. And look at it right there. So yeah, that's how the mercury ended in the creek. But I'm not sure 100%, so don't accept my word. That's just what I think from the research that I've done. Whatever the case is, now we're in the 21st century, and I'm getting older. I'm 41, all right? And I've been bringing you guys along as much as I can. So I don't know how much longer I'll be doing this. I sound like a broken record, but I have a blue-collar job. I don't have a desk job. My feet hurt a lot of the times, you know, because I have to drive a lot. I'm a Instacart shopper, as most of you guys already know. And so it's not like I have a desk job, you know what I mean? And so there's another runner here. So like I was telling you, there's more people here on this trail in comparison to the other places where I ran. For, you know, Los Altos Hills, that's like the prime. That's like the cream of the crop, because there's less people, and it's like, you know, very beautiful, and the whole run is on an equestrian trail. But I had to move out. I let the good things come to an end, and moved on to Cupertino. Actually, you know what? I forgot to say, I don't regret that I moved out of Los Altos Hills, even though it was cheaper for me, because I'm getting to know the Santa Cruz Mountains even better now. Had I not moved out, I wouldn't have gotten to know Cupertino the way I got to know Cupertino. And had I not moved out of Cupertino, I would not be here in Los Gatos. And Los Gatos is not a bad town by any stretch of the imagination. I like Los Gatos as well, so there's that. But hey, trying to think of anything new. Oh yeah, we're in the year 26 now, so this would be my first upload for this year. I know it took a while, but I need not to mention why it took a while. You guys already know if you watched the beginning of the video. I'm not gonna repeat myself 100 fucking times. Excuse my French. Where we are, we're almost at the turning point. So yeah, I'm 41, still running. Don't know how much longer, but I want to stretch it as far as I can. So yeah, and I guess I forgot to add that Los Gatos was first called Rancho La Rinconada de los Gatos in 1840, circa 1840, which is mid-19th century, by the Spanish explorers that came to rest here while going up, trying to reach San Francisco Bay, and they heard a lot of cat calls here, you know, a lot of wildcats, you know, mountain lions, gatos, crying, you know, and they decided to name it Rancho La Rinconada de los Gatos. It was later incorporated, and its name changed a few times from Rancho La Rinconada. I forgot what the Indians or the natives, indigenous, called it, the Ohlone. But obviously they were the first, according to history, they were the first inhabitants, but the first, you know, Europeans were the Spanish, and they called it Rancho La Rinconada de los Gatos, and now it still has that name in the sense it's called Los Gatos, but it's no longer called Cat's Corner in Spanish. But remnants of them still remain here. The names, just like all over the Americas, you know, you see Spanish names. It's crazy, the world we live in, to be honest. If you really think about it, I don't know, I know a small portion of it, and who knows, I may never get to explore the earth the way a lot of people do. So at least I get to explore some of it here in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and I'm bringing you guys with me. It would be awesome. You know what would be awesome? If we caught a mountain lion, which chances of that happening are very slim nowadays. But another thing I forgot to add is that Los Gatos, or the cats, the mountain lions, used to frequent this creek, you know, as it was a source of water, obviously, and food. Same difference. Water, deer, and they still do, but they only they only come out during certain times of the day. Night is most likely the time to come out. Here's a sign that reads work ahead, work area ahead. I don't know if we're gonna see some workers, but we're almost at the reservoir. I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit, all right? Just giving you a heads up. 17 is up there. And it looks like somebody's living up there. They're not afraid of mountain lions, I guess. And down there is the creek, which is polluted. That's why it looks so dirty now. There's a work truck. This is a part of the creek or trail where it gets a little bit more intense because you're going uphill. So yeah, we're almost there. But as you already know, if you watch my videos, I'm used to going uphill. And how I became good, I mean, I don't consider myself like, you know, like the best uphill runner, but I consider myself good. How I became good is by going up and down the bleachers at a high school. It's called a high school in Redwood City. And biking and running and playing sports, that works you out. But the thing is, I don't do that much anymore. I only run once every 10 days. I don't bike, and I don't go up and down the bleachers anymore. But I still have some stamina. And